Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Ninja Warrior Podcast, and tonight is probably the most exciting one in quite a while because we are finally covering the national finals. Yep, we started the podcast at such a bad time that it took us over a year and a half and 31 episodes in order to actually, cover a national finals in Vegas.
I mean, unless you want to cover NW11s, for no reason other than just to say we covered it.
I mean, if you want to talk about it, we technically covered, an episode of AEW11. Yeah, we did record a podcast that was never released on an AEW11 episode. I don't even know what it was.
Do you still have it?
I have, I do have a whole, stash of old recordings, so I probably do have it, so maybe, we'll, do that for, a bonus episode or something.
2-year anniversary, that will be our thing. We'll watch older podcasts.
Yeah, because, if you guys didn't know, I think we called, 2 or 3 podcasts that were never released, and they were almost, a full year or two before the actual podcast premiered. Yeah, the original 2 podcast episodes that we recorded, I believe it was still 2019 when we recorded them.
Yeah, I think it was April we recorded the first one, and then the second one probably mid-July, honestly.
Yeah, the first one we actually uploaded to YouTube privately just so I can actually utilize it, so I think I could easily just check that and confirm if it was in April or not, but I don't know when the second one was.
I mean, it could be, is it dated?
It's, the file was a copy of the original. So it would probably be dated when I actually added it to the archive file, so it probably wouldn't be an accurate representation of when we did the podcast.
Yeah, you're probably right on that, but still, we're here and we're talking about the national finals in Las Vegas, which are finally here. It's been over 2 years, and I think everyone's been wanting to see this.
Yeah, this course, man, it's definitely something interesting. Yeah, the stage 1 course is definitely no short of just interesting. We had the first obstacle, the sliding steps, which was an interesting version of the diving boards that we saw back in the semifinals. But I gotta ask, don't you think this thing is way too slow?
Yeah, I think this is a theme of this season. The wings too slow and wing chase so overpass at a very slow bar, making it not even really worth chasing down and just waiting for it. But it should really be worth it.
Yeah, don't make it so impossible to where if you don't catch the ball, well, you're screwed. But make it a lot harder for the ball to be catched.
Yeah, that thing was so slow. And the fact that it didn't even return to semis kind of surprised me, because I honestly thought it would return and be upped in terms of the speed, but it really didn't happen.
Yeah, and it's not like we saw many fails on him. I remember off the top of my head it's probably Barclay, but that was probably just because it was just a really big shocker.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, we're getting off topic here. These things these sliding steps, they tilted, and they said which one tripped some people up. It was actually least difficult.
The tilting happens way too slow, and then it just it's the distance between the final one and the landing pad is just way too small.
Yeah, the only person who fell on it literally slid right off it, it slid right off the landing pad. And it's if that's the only way someone can fall on this, then there's definitely got to be a modification.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because if there's a modification on it, that I can kind of get that, but it's just kind of annoying where you can see yeah, they want to make it hard, but it's also, they'll make it way too easy.
Yeah, then we have these swinging blades, which is honestly way too hard for stage 1, in my opinion.
Yeah, this thing, it's I like it way better with the spin your wheels, but I don't know. Something about the propel bar really makes it a staple of stage 1 at this point. I know a lot of people say that it's overdone. A lot of people say that, the propel bar is not a good option just because it was used for 4 years straight. But I feel like that's what gave stage 1 some of its character. I honestly think this should be a stage 3 thing. Just have the ledges be smaller, or I don't know, have a third one that's way off angle. Because if you think about it here on stage 1, I think it would have looked a lot better if it was not on an angle.
Yeah, it does sound it didn't trip up anyone, which surprised me, but it's it shouldn't be at an angle like that for stage 1.
Yeah, it's already hard enough with the Small ledge is already being called the catch already, with people like John 11 making a one-handed save on it. So there's that, but I still feel like it would have still done the same effect if it was just a straight-up Wishay obstacle. Yeah, I mean, it would have taken out some difficulty, sure, but it would have felt more in place with stage 1.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely it. But then we had the double dipper, which I'm so glad made a return. But when I said like it wasn't gonna make a return, like because double down was an obstacle.
I'm always one of us saying that. But yeah, I'm glad it's here. We also have the jumping spider, which is a big shocker.
I know, like every single obstacle on stage from last year, I was definitely expecting them to remove the jumping spider. Like that's definitely tough contender for. Like, when will they remove it?
I cannot wait for them to remove it because like they're just gonna be like it's an icon that just got like removed. I'm not like doing one of the ones they mentioned like the jumping spider's been here like for 10 years, and I'm like, then how is it still taking out so many people?
That's gotta be the reason why it's been there for like so long, because of that.
I mean, yeah, every year it takes a good chunk of the people who attempt it, like at least 10 people per season, and that's a pretty good knockout rate. It's consistently presented itself as a very difficult obstacle. It's hard to get into the shoe. Even when you get into the shoe, some people just have their legs slip out from under them, It's still a tough obstacle, but it's been there so long that you think by this point most competitors would have mastered it.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do major damage here, but it definitely took out some major competitors, I think a couple of the teens, and a big shocker to me, he was one of the teens as well.
Yeah, but we're getting off topic here. Let's move on. So we have Tile 1, which was definitely nerfed.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, I say it's probably nerfed on the level of Corkscrew was in the semis.
Oh, yeah. So, Tile 1, it was a very wild obstacle in Season 11, taking out Najee and the guy we can't name because legal reasons. And, it was definitely a very wild obstacle because that final wheel, it turned so much that, like, people like Alyssa Beard got tripped up backwards on it, and it really did just like screw them over. And Najee being taken up by it was definitely one of the biggest shocks of the season. So the fact that it was so watered down to the point where the final wheel barely even spun, made it so easy.
Yeah, I think like maybe one person failed the obstacle in this episode. Like, I can't speak for the entire finals. We haven't seen them all. The rest of it's gonna be next episode. But it's still like, what?
Yeah. The fact that the thing like never moved. Like, it's supposed to move back and forth, but it really didn't move at all.
Yeah, it's like a treadmill. Except you don't turn it on, and you just run on it like that.
I guess that's how you could describe it like that.
I mean, that's kind of like how I think about when I think about just how well that moves.
Yeah, then we had the classic warp wall, but then we had probably the most controversial thing on stage 1, and that's split decision.
Yeah, the high world really doesn't need to be here.
Yeah, the high world. Like, I know we're skipping over the dipping birth, but it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, those things are also true for the show as well, but high world, man, like, I think that this is definitely the adopted end of a most useless obstacle. Like, I think only Donovan Matoyo actually was able to successfully complete it.
Yeah, half the people who activated the button and straight up just couldn't make the jump, were hesitant, or flat out missed it. Yeah, I think this thing would have due to be faster, like, I think, like, half the ninjas who tried it beat it to the thing, like, maybe about 5 seconds.
Yeah, like, I'd say load it and, like, make it take 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mainly did 8 just so, like, other ninjas who aren't as fast, like some women, could give it a shot if they really have to, but honestly, it really didn't need to be there if they're really just gonna make it that slow.
Yeah, that's the real reason why people failed it. It's mostly just because of that. Because it is so slow that it's kind of hard to time in a way.
Yeah, like, if it was just, like, a constant slope that head down, like, it wasn't even on a really slow motor, it just straight up was on a fast motor that went down the track. That would be understandable. And then, I would have liked it if it was faster, because then I feel like it would have been a lot easier to time.
Yeah, like, it was definitely way too slow. Like, they were trying to get a balance between being too slow and having it not be too slow and having it not be too fast. But they honestly did not do a good job with that at all.
Yeah, like when you get to the point to where two ninjas fail by going too early and too late, there's a problem here.
Yeah, especially it's a holiday time thing.
Yeah, but I do like it's we'll put the other obstacle here. I believe the fly hooks. It was called.
Yeah, it's like really unoriginal, but still a pretty good obstacle. Like I like the evolution of the just in fly, because like it's not like it has been done forever. It's only been I think season 10 and 11, but it was still a pretty cool obstacle, and this is a great evolution of that. I think if the stage one was just this and you were forced to take this, it would have been cool. Like people wouldn't be wasting their time on the high road. We wouldn't have Milwaukee. We wouldn't have people failing in the high road for absolutely no reason.
It wouldn't make it look like people are just gonna jump in the pool just because they jumped too early or late.
Yeah, especially one of them who really does look like you're just gonna like go cannonball. Like it just looks like it sometimes.
Yeah, but then the time would be 2:45. That's the normal way for stage one.
Yeah, definitely. It's like it's not usually all that bad. But anyway, we definitely have a episode to talk about.
Yeah, we spent I think 10. We spent 12 minutes talking about just the obstacles alone. Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't get it, like today's gonna be a long episode.
It's Vegas. What do you expect?
I know, but you gotta warn them about these things.
The warning is literally in the timestamp. They're not gonna watch through the entire thing if they really don't want to.
I mean, yeah, I bet you some people skip around as well, but honestly, it's like there's a lot of debate going on here, and you kind of can't skip that.
What a trio that's been just hammering it down for over a year now, and we kind of just couldn't stop hammering it down.
Yeah, you really just can't stop us. We're kind of just like a battling trio, honestly.
Yeah, but anyway, let's talk about the first one, who was surprisingly enough Christian Washington.
Yeah, he was the first one in the first semifinals episode, and I'm like, they really don't care about this guy.
They just use him twice to show off. The teens are awesome. They are epic. Yeah, they make an entire segment dedicated to teens and how a quarter of the spots in Vegas are going to them, 18 of them. And it's cool and all, but also they're not the only people here.
Yeah, when the majority of them is veterans, you can't really call it that.
Yeah, I mean, you get it. They did it for ratings show, and they're trying to publicize teams as much as they could, and I'm not even sure if it's really able to induce the popularity back into Ninja, but just the fact that they are over-advertising the team so much, it's an OKC thing.
Yeah, it's when they did the 19-year-old thing with the kid, they never did that, right?
I mean, whenever they would talk about the kid, they would talk about the kid, not about the 19-year-olds that was thrown at the crowd in season 10.
Yeah, and they would constantly talk about he was new Casey and everything, but he just straight up felt like a bit of a guy for them to talk about. He was well more interesting. And what did come out of specs of, them wanting ratings, I honestly thought 19 was a really respectful age. But them just allowing 15-year-olds, still, I don't know. It's still kind of frustrating to me.
Yeah, but that means that several of our fans could be on the show. Yeah, I mean, aside from the Canadian ones, but even then, it doesn't necessarily mean that their ninja will lower the age group. I mean, it could.
Does Canada even have a ninja?
I don't know. Drew cut away and look it up. Sure.
You cited random gibberish, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Okay, so it seems like there's a push for it, but there isn't really is it gonna happen? Is there actually a Canadian Ninja Warrior? I haven't really found there's not anything official about it.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Thanks. I could find some pictures about it, but mostly just talking about American Ninja Warrior. There were a few classic logos, but I can't really tell if they're actually Ninja Warrior or just actual ninjas. It's just some logos here and there. More references to AEW as a whole than anything else, really.
Yeah, but that's what you do when you're curious.
Yeah, you get curious and you look shit up.
Alright, so anyway, can we get back to the Kristen Yost? You know what happened to him?
Oh yeah, so Kristen Yost, he ended up falling on Twist and on the fly hook. So basically, he just timed out. Like, he got hung up on the first transform. When he finally nailed it, by that point, it was just too late, and that's when we went out.
Yeah. We have like the longest intro ever.
Like, some episodes of the podcast are literally this long.
Yeah, and we're one in.
It's gonna be a fun episode to edit.
40 minutes. Let's just go like 5 hours later, like, I'm dead.
You need like caffeine to get through that.
It's like, let's not edit that on a school night. Let's not.
Such when you have to wake up at like 6 a.m. just to go for the bus.
I had to do that in high school.
You did?
Yeah, like I'm a late sleeper, but I had to wake up at 6 a.m. for the bus. It was even earlier, in fact, so we can actually, not have to rush around as much. So I would have to have my coffee. Like even as a 14-year-old, like I need coffee in order to even be like awake for school.
You need like all that energy.
Exactly.
Alright, so anyway, after Kristen Yosh, we had Cameron Baumgartner. And probably like, this is like one of the most disappointing segments I've ever seen.
Yeah, like Cameron Baumgartner, he's been fast forwarded twice this season by hitting buzzers both times. And we've been constantly saying, you gotta show this guy, but don't show him when it's not necessary. Show him when he's actually, gonna do well.
Yeah, like, this doesn't even come like to a shock. Just like, why? Yeah, the segment was literally him talking about him babysitting two 15-year-olds who don't even need the babysitting.
Yeah, like, the parents say the 3 brothers, and it's like, at that point, he's not a man. Like, he shouldn't even be paid. He's like their high school friend.
Yeah, like, the boys are so old, they don't need that kind of figure. And it's like, they were doing it for 4 years, like, that probably just means, like, they got him out of necessity. But at that point, they're way too old for a babysitter. I bet they just have Cameron come over because they like him and he's not really having the manny job at this point.
Yeah, like, they don't need him. It's just because they like him.
Yeah, but anyway, Cameron had a kind of shocking one where he fell on the second episode of Swinging Blades. And yeah, that was it.
Kind of a shock, because like I was expecting him to go way farther in Vegas than his track record for this season in particular, but no, his Vegas debut is literally the second obstacle. Like, that is very disappointing for someone of his caliber.
Yeah, then we had Megan Woe, the axe-throwing ninja, who was taken out by the Double Dipper. And finally we have Nate Hansen, who had probably the coolest segment of the entire season.
But yeah, this is definitely my personal favorite, honestly. It's about him, Jonah Muniz, Austin Gray, and Kevin Colvin all living in the same house. Along with Austin's girlfriend. And they make it pretty clear, like, they can't live all together, but they enjoy it, so they do it.
Yeah, and I also find it hilarious how they say, like, if all 4 of them made to Vegas, and it's like, no, 3 of you made to Vegas, just that Jonah was an alternate.
Yeah, Jonah was cut out at the 4th episode, but made 16th place. But yet, he's still technically moved on because someone knows a wild card.
We don't know who withdrew. Like, we'll be able to find out eventually.
Yeah, I think once we see both episodes, once we're able to confirm like who was cut and what I think then we can narrow down who had to withdraw, but it's him and another grad who makes me think, like, how many people actually had to withdraw from Vegas? Because, like, it's quite a few.
Yeah, because I saw several people who were alternates. And it's just like, wow, this is really just sad.
Yeah, but anyway, Nate Hansen, he made it all the way to the jumping spider, and that's where he fell. This is definitely, like, one of the biggest shockers so far.
Yeah, Nate Hansen, like, I would expect him to go really far, despite him, like, not going all that far, but it definitely would be very expected of him. He's a pretty good competitor. He has hit both buzzers this season. He has really shown himself to be, one of the top competitors going forward. It's just that it sucks that he, failed so early into the episode.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But after him, we had Jonah Muniz in a fast-forward segment. Now, I've already mentioned that Jonah was not supposed to be here because he was an alternate and all that stuff, but he made all the way to title one, so yeah, he wasn't who made it.
Yeah, again, they don't bother mentioning that. It makes sense why they don't, but still, the fact they even show him.
I bet you the only reason they didn't show him because they had that segment on him. People would definitely be asking, what happened to him, even though just because he was featured on the segment.
Oh yeah, exactly. They had to show him. But anyway, Jonah fell on title 1, as we said. Then we had Devin Alexander, the chess ninja, who unfortunately fell on the jumping spider.
Yeah, then we had Isaiah Thomas, who, surprisingly enough, was the very first finisher of the night. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I personally thought it was a little early in the episode. We weren't even 20 minutes in by this point. And I honestly did not think... I thought Isaiah would get close, but I honestly thought he would, fall on high road or something, just being stupid. But no, he actually completed the course. It's in the fastest time for, quite a while, actually.
Yeah, I think it was there for, most of the episode.
Yeah, most of it. But anyway, after Isaiah Thomas, we had Nate Pardo in a fast-forward segment. But he was unfortunately taken out by the dipping boards when he ended the course, so that was really shocking. Then we had Rachel Degas, who was shockingly taken out by the double dipper, but it's more in the way she was taken out, as she made it through the entire thing, but then she didn't let go of the final bar. Yeah, we've never seen anyone do this, and it's isn't it obvious? Let go of the bar, why would you not? And then she just loses it after that. It's shocking the fact that she could have easily have cleared that and then failed to the next obstacle.
It's you knew she was going to do that.
Honestly, it feels like she would.
Yeah, it makes sense. But anyway, after her, we had another female, Ava Kawasanti, who was one of only two female teens to make it to Vegas. And she did pretty well. She made it all the way to, the jumping spider, and that's where she fell.
Yeah, then we had Emil Malik, the top rookie from last season, who, shockingly enough, went on the double dipper. Yeah, I was not expecting that. I honestly thought he was going to be the next finisher.
Yeah, Emil was someone who I was very much expecting to move on and complete the course. Was just the fact that he failed so early, on the double dipper, he just went so high up. He just couldn't grab the ball like that. That really does suck.
Yeah, he definitely deserved to move on. Despite everything we said about him last year, he deserved it this time, definitely.
Yep. Anyway, after him, we had Casey Rothschild in a fast-forward segment. She was unfortunately taken out by the swinging blades. And then we had Owen Dyer, who was taken out by the jumping spider.
Then we had the next big shown one, who was Matt Bradley. And this was definitely one of the more impressive ones. As he had a segment about him training in a barn and him constructing a lot of his obstacles himself along with his dad. And there's a great way for them to bond and stuff. It was a pretty cool segment, I'll admit that. But he did really well on the course, making it all the way to the buzzer. Yeah, he was the next finisher. Yeah, I kind of wish we had more to say on that, honestly, but it's still a really good one. And after him, we had Abel Gonzalez in a fast-forward segment. She was taken out on the jumping spider. Definitely a big shocker. Then we had John Uga taken out by the same obstacle, along with Eric Middleton.
Yeah, that was why? We didn't even mention what he bet Matt Akbar for.
Yeah, at that point, they have to mention it. Even previously when he didn't quit the course and the bet wasn't made, they still usually mentioned it.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder, what he bet them on,
Yeah, but anyway, then we had probably the biggest shock of the night, Tiana Weberly.
This is just so sad. You can tell the dedication in this one. This was definitely the most amazing one of the season. And the fact that she just she comes so close. She times out on the final obstacle. She really deserves this one.
Yeah, I want to see a lot of Barclay Stockett's one from season 9, where, she did really, really well. Oh, it was the second woman to get out the rope wall on stage 1, and then timed out right before the final obstacle, so she didn't even really get the shot at it. But the fact that Webberly got even closer to it, that just blows. The fact that she had so much effort put into it, she was able to get past the wall, which timed out in season 11. You know, if she was just given that little bit of more time, or if she was faster or something, she definitely would have moved on, and she definitely deserved to be on stage 2.
Heck yeah, like, you better put that in your shocking favorites video.
Yeah, I've already got tons. Like, that video's gonna be a workload, but I already have tons of videos I want to put into that.
They deserve it, man. It's like so many shocks this season, but it really is just this one that really cements that.
Yeah. But anyway, after her, we had
Francisco Boaz, and he fast forward segment. He was taken out by the Double Dipper. Then we had Dylan Perez, who did pretty well in the semis. To be also taken out by Tire 1. And then we had the Paper Ninja, Sean Bryan.
Yes, thankfully he was able to go vengeance jumping Spider, who did not end up injured for once. And he was able to, complete the course. He was a finisher.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a pretty good one. And I'm so happy, he actually, got the finish.
Yeah, but then we had probably the gutsiest one of the episode from Adam Whale. Yes, Adam Whale. This one was definitely gutsy because Adam Whale, as soon as he got off the warp wall, like, he was racing against the clock. Like, he was really, really racing, and we didn't even really know if he finished. And I bet you everyone, we weren't watching this episode together, but I bet you everyone was on the top of their seats on this one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I kind of, thought he had finished just because, I thought I heard the buzzer, after he hit it, but I really couldn't tell. So he really had to go back, and he finished by a 1/10 of the second. That is the definition of impressive.
It's like when Michael Torres completed stage 1 in AW8 with just 2/100ths less of a second than this one. Like, that right there is dedication.
Or when Nathaniel Spencer in season 4 got 0-0, finished with exactly 0 seconds on the clock.
You want to go that far, but yeah, that's the closest finish we've ever had. But Adam Wales is definitely, added to the board of, closest finishers. I honestly thought he would just barely not be able to make the buzzard. So, yeah, a really good one on his part, and I'm very thankful we got to move on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That would have been really sad if you ended up failing. But at this point, I was kind of expecting it, so, yeah.
Anyway, after him, we had
Deshaun Harris in a fast forward segment. He was taken out by the slide surfers. Then we had Kevin Carbone, who literally shipped himself on the course.
Yeah, he literally came onto the stage, and it's kind of like how Jake Murray would probably do a trick like this. We basically came on the stage in a box, and then he just whipped it wide open. Honestly, that was pretty cool. And nice reference to, how he's an obstacle designer, so, he's in that field. So it looked actually pretty cool. He thankfully made it to the buzzer along with the Dream Chaser, Tyler Gillette.
Yeah, and then we have Lucas Reale. Let's talk about that one.
Yes, Lucas Reale had a segment about the Stage 3 curse and how everyone who made the Stage 3 has failed in qualifying aside from a few.
Yeah, but do you want to mention how half of them weren't even invited back?
What do you mean?
Half of them weren't even in this season.
Okay, did you take notes on this?
Yes.
Oh, I was expecting a no.
I did my research. I really wanted to determine.
All right, so are you just gonna go down the list?
Yes, legit. I have a list in front of me.
Okay, so where does see this?
All right, so here's the thing. And let's take a look at the group. There are 22 athletes, including Drew Dressel. Now, they say 21 because Dressel isn't a thing anymore, so yeah. But let's take a look at who made the stage. Let's take a look at who made the stage. First off, we got Wyatt Stratus, who didn't get the call this season. He submitted a video but never got the call.
Yep, the ultimate line of bullcrap. Yeah.
Then we have Tyler Smith and Seth Rogers, who, as far as we know, didn't submit a video. In order to get into, AW13. Then we have Joshua Waynes and Carson Boyos in the same situation.
Oh, so basically plenty of them didn't even send in videos.
Yeah, like plenty of them. Then, if we go through everyone else, we've of course got Drew, who I literally have on my notes got screwed.
Well, that is honest.
Yep. Then we have everyone else who is Torres, Chris DeAngie, Nate Burkhardt, Casey Suhaki, who all failed in qualifying. Then we had Ethan Swanson, who failed in the semis, and Lucas Reale, who ended up failing the high road on stage 1.
Yeah, and who does this leave in terms of who's left?
That lead, in terms of, alright, so that leaves Hunter Gerard, Tyler Gillette, Kevin Carbone, on Joe Molaski, and RJ Roman. Those are the only people who are left.
Yeah, it's funny to mention them as an all-star group, but when AW11 was new, we were all like, but it was because stage 2 was so fucking easy.
Yeah, you can't really call them elite when all of them had failed stage 2 previously, especially when Salinas failed really early on stage 3. It's like half of those ninjas didn't really deserve to be on stage 3.
Yeah, it was nice to see plenty of them play around. People like Carbone came really close, but just like plenty of them did not deserve that chance, honestly. At least not in that lane, because most of them only made it through because of how slow stage 1 is. How easy stage 2 was.
Yeah, and the fact that 2 of them needed a safety pass, too.
Yeah, you're right. Carson Voiles and, I don't remember who else needed it, but, they needed it and they were able to make it through, but still, the fact that more than half these ninjas who they say are an elite group weren't even given the call or shown is just sad.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, but anyway, after Lucas Reale, we had
Isabel Wakeham, and this was definitely another one where, it was another very impressive one, but unfortunately it was now timeout.
Yeah, once again, another very deep one into the course, but Isabel was just way too slow. And honestly, I felt like as soon as she got the second obstacle, I knew she was going to time out. This was sad. Yeah, the fact that we not only had Tiana Weber do almost the same exact thing, but have Isabel Wakeham have basically the same problem to her. It's it sucks. It really does.
Yeah, she timed out and failed a dipping bird, so that really did suck. Then we had Shane Lewis, in a fast forward segment, who was shockingly taken out by the double dipper.
Yeah, definitely not the obstacle I would have expected him to go out on. Yeah, but it's here's the thing, I'm not surprised he went on stage 1, but still, the fact that he went on the double dip, that's not the thing you would expect someone like him to go out on.
Yeah, definitely. Then we had Max Feinberg, who plays trombone. He had 2 buzzers in qualifying at semis, and he did really well. He hitting the buzzer here on stage 1.
Yep, then we had Vance Walker, who crushed the course once again.
Yeah, it's I wish we had more to say, but honestly, Vance, he just hit the buzzer, that's all you really have to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Vance actually got the fastest one of the night, too. It's Vance is, the top ninja right now, and I can't wait to see how far he'll go.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, Michael Torres, he avoids his safety pass, but at the same time, I feel like if he does end up using it on stage 2, he'll definitely get the buzzer by that point, because, the only person who failed twice on the stage was Dave Kavanaugh.
Yeah, so basically speaking, I still feel like Vance has some room for error, but I think he's doing really well, and I think he's practically guaranteed stage 3. It's just, we're going to have to see if he can make that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But anyway, after him, we had Drew Becker on a fast forward segment. He was unfortunately taken out by Tire 1, and this was definitely I was expecting him to finish.
Oh yeah, definitely. Drew Becker, he completed both the qualifying and semifinals course. He was definitely one of the ones that we were expecting to, complete the course here. So it really was a big shocker that he failed Tire 1. But after him, we had Elijah Browning. Again, one of the stars from AW Junior, who was able to complete the course, and also got one of his baseball cards signed by one Akbar Asbia Miller.
That's that. But anyway, then we had Austin Gray, who was fortunately able to make it to the buzzer with his safety pass intact. So he's going to be able to use that on stage 2 if he needs to.
Yeah, but then we had Jody Avila as an alternate for Daniel Gill, who unfortunately tested positive for COVID. Yep, here we go again with this piece of crap.
Yeah, this really does suck. Like, really, this really sucks.
Yeah, Jody isn't really doing all that good. Jody failed on the dipping buzz. It's a 7th obstacle, so yeah, it's a little annoying. The fact that he failed on the 5th obstacle, so I really don't think he deserved to be here. It's a different situation going to hit compared to Jonah Muniz, because I honestly thought he should have moved on anyway. 9th obstacle, you should be practically guaranteed, so yeah, but the fact that he failed the 5th obstacle, and was still given the okay to move on, it's just a little annoying when that happens.
Yeah, and then immediately we've got Donovan Montoya.
Yep, Donovan, he had of course he had his usual suit and everything, and he had a really good one on stage 1. Well, he made it all the way to the buzzer. He took the high road and was the only person to actually catch the rope. And we saw that there was a red ladder on stage 1. That's what actually took him out to the buzzer. So that's probably what made high road so much faster. But still, I don't recommend taking that. Like, it's so risky.
Yeah, especially when we'll see with the next one. It definitely is a very risky.
Yeah, but anyway, after Donovan Montoya, we had
Caden Maslin in a fast forward segment. He unfortunately timed down the fly hooks like so many times out this season.
Yeah, Caden Maslin, I mean, he had a really good one all the way through. Sucks that he wasn't able to move on. But someone who was able to move on was Caden Lapsek, the other Caden, who has definitely lived up to the hype that he built up in AWGD in Season 2, as he's now hit 3 buzzers and got the 2nd fastest time of the night.
Yeah, he only lost to Isaiah Thomas by 7/100ths of a second. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, then we had the weatherman, Joe Molaski.
Yeah, this is a case where, you'd expect him to do well. His entire story about him being so confident in him, he has a safety pass, so I don't want to use it.
Who does want to use those safety pass?
Exactly, but then he uses it.
Yeah, then he falls on the high road. And we don't get to see him try again until next week.
This is probably the most bullcrap move they could have ever pulled. Have us have to wait a whole nother year? That is just, so stupid and annoying.
Yeah, and the fact that, it is so freaking stupid that he failed the 8th obstacle with the safety pass. So he is still going to be able to get another shot, but the fact that we have to wait till next week is just dumb. And you can definitely see the emotion in him. He thinks the performance was pathetic, the fact that he had to use that. It's definitely, it's like if he took the double dipper thing with anger compared to him being in tears afterwards.
Yeah, that just really did suck. But he does have a safety pass, so thankfully he is going to win next week. So next week we all get to see how he does.
Yeah, technically that would be in a couple of days from now, since it's a Saturday. So when we're filming this, but I'm excited to see how he does.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. I think he'll do really well. I'm almost positive he'll finish stage 1.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he'll go for the high road again, but I guarantee you he's just gonna, go for the fly hooks. I guarantee you he's not even gonna care about it at this point. Yeah, I mean, if I had gone a safety pass and it failed on the high road, or just the other way around, I definitely went off with it again. But, I feel like, many ninjas could have benefited from a safety pass. And the fact that it's Molaski, that's just sad.
Yeah, again, it's a Drew situation, He failed on the Tile 1 on stage 1 2 years ago. And he had a safety pass, and that's the only reason why he won, This is turning out to be a very similar situation, and it is very sad that this is turning out to be that same situation, because Molaski is the guy, and he definitely deserves a win. I'd say since Daniel's out, he's definitely the top contender.
Yeah, Vance is a complete rookie. I get it. Vance has never fallen on an obstacle. He's still really good. I will admit that, and I almost positive he's going to make stage 3, but he's not the type of ninja where I would assume him going straight on to stage 4 just because he's so good. He's someone, I feel like he would fall on stage 3 just because, he's a rookie, and, I can't really wing him out either, but it would just be a little weird to see a complete teen rookie be the one to finish up with Oriana on it.
Yeah, it would be cool to see, definitely. I'm not going to care. Like, we're not gonna care if he wins. We're actually probably gonna be pretty happy, but it just seems very unrealistic.
Yeah, very so. Oh, and of course, Milwaukee is again top contender. So this turnout definitely does suck, but yeah, surprisingly enough, that is it.
Yeah, 40 minutes later.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long episode for me to edit, but we'll see how long it takes me. But it should still be going up at 5 on Monday. I don't know. But anyway, we will see you guys next time for more. We'll see you guys next week for AW 13 stage 1 part 2. And what I'm gonna think about that episode is that it's stage 1 and stage 2. It's more like, it's not even like they're shortening the amount of Vegas episodes, still 3, so it's weird. So, yeah, I mean, it makes it seem like they're going to cut out a lot of people because they're going to be like an hour in and they're finally going to move on to stage 2.
Yeah, like, I mean, they're going to show Jake Murray, they're going to show LeBlanc, especially if she finishes, but they're going to cut a lot of people. I bet you a lot of the finishers that are going to finish next week are going to be cut.
Yeah, that really does suck, but I bet you that is definitely the case. But we will see who gets cut. You know, we've already seen some results. We've already gone on a lot of spoilers doing promos and stuff. So, yeah, we will see what happens on Tuesday for me. But, you know, we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, and we will see you guys next time for more Ninja Warrior Podcast and the next episode of AEW, Stage 1 Part 2 and Stage 2 Part 1.
Yep, the season's almost over.
Yeah, it is. It kind of sucks, but, you know, I'm kind of happy with it, you know. I'm glad the season's finally over. I'm glad we can finally start making, you know, start talking about reflecting on it, you know.
Yeah, I would like to do, like, a few things. A whole bunch of things I would like to do once the season is over. Of course, there's a shocking fails thing I would love to do. We'll probably do the Stage 5 Ninja Awards sometime in there. But we'll probably do AW Junior Season 3. I would love to cover that as well.
Yeah, for sure. That'll definitely be like a cool thing to show off. It airs on the 9th, so it's airing later next week. So that's really cool. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, we're not going to cover AWG like immediately. I think what we'll do is we'll finish off AW 13 in a normal way. But then we'll just like blast through AW Junior as fast as we can. But don't expect it. Like, if AW Junior takes its usual break, then, you know, then we can catch up.
Yeah, but we will see what happens. Like, we don't even know the schedule for AW Junior. We just know it's airing on the 9th.
Yeah, but anyway, we will see you guys next week for more for AW 11 episode, AW 13 episode 10, AW 13 episode 11, part 2 of the national finals. See you guys there. Peace.